Liberty Journal. Who? Redacted.
And share.
What? Unknown. Where?
Park bench.
When? Redacted. Why? Unknown. How? Transcribed from recording. By? Redacted.
Well, look what we have here. Where did you park your ship? Let me guess. It disappeared. You've come to finish the job? Big Daddy sent you? You pathetic fuck. You gonna shove a probe up my ass? Is that it? You're all the same. You're not gonna find anything special up there, buddy. Just your usual microchips, plotting courses, calculating probabilities, arranging satellites. What do you want? Huh? What's your angle, fuckhead? What are they paying you? I can double it. You don't need to tell me. I can read your thoughts. Divide and conquer. Search and destroy. Rape and pillage. You really think you're going to get away with it? You think you're fooling anyone? You're a fucking bum. Look at you. Hanging on a park bench like it's your living room sofa. It's fuck or be fucked out here, isn't it, fuckhead? But I'm connected to the other side. I've gone beyond the event horizon, fucker, and I know the parallel worlds. Trust me, I know. You better watch out, fucker. Things aren't always what they seem out here. But you know that, don't you, Mr. Shapeshifter? No, don't say a word. I wouldn't want to get you in trouble with your ship. Anything you say will be used against you, as you know. Ah, yes. To see clearly is to be blinded. Your mind tricks don't work on me, fucko. I saw you coming a mile away. You're a dime a dozen. You think you know, but you don't, fucker. Look at you. They're laughing at you. They got you acting in a play, and you don't even know the ending. They're running you, fuckhead, and you think you're so smart. Don't you, fuckboy? They know what you're thinking even before you think it, fucker. Pathetic. What? Are you scared of going to jail or something? You're already in jail, idiot. But you can pick your cell size if you play it right. Are you scared, fucker? Feel the walls moving in? Are you scared you're going to get whacked, fucker? You wish. You're already gone, fucker. Take it easy. You're already fucked, fucker. And there's nothing you can fucking do about it. Wow. I have to say, no one has ever lasted as long as you. Bravo. Did A hire you too? No? Wow. Patience. Or glutton for punishment. Both? Listen, buddy. This is just a gig. Share. Starving actress. At your service.
Redacted. I hit my head a lot growing up. Not surprised to hear I'm a fuckhead. I most likely have a few screws loose. Still does the job. Job-ish. Listen, full disclosure, I might not remember this. Most likely won't remember this. Not your fault, but if you want me to forget, that's cool too. I just carry this recorder around and write in this notebook in case something happens and I need to remember.
Oh shit. I'm sorry. I mean, no worries.
Redacted. I feel kind of crazy coming right out and saying that to everyone I meet. I should have mentioned that before you started talking. It's not my intention to publish my day-to-day encounters or anything. Unless, of course, you want me to. In which case, I can get you a copy. No problem. Think of it like my memories. Just not in my fuckhead. 'cause, well, you get the gist. I'm not working for A, just so we're clear. At least, I don't recall.
That's cool. No worries. It's nice to meet you. I gotta say, I am grateful for your spectation. No one pays attention to me long enough to really get rolling, you know? Honestly, I went so long there. I had to go off script. But it just kind of flowed out of me. For a moment there, I kind of lost myself in it. It's not often I can really roll with a part, inhabit it, and let it take me over like that. Wild stuff. Scary. Thrilling. Thanks for helping me bring that out. I feel like my craft will be better for it. I guess this is that high all performers are chasing. A couple weeks back, I got sick of ringing in groceries. I've done it since high school. I hadn't played in anything since then either. I just needed something, you know? And there it was. Just some random wanted ad at the community theater. Right in the middle of the board, calling out to me. Something like, a role of a lifetime. Or something corny like that. It made me laugh. I was bored and intrigued. I had nothing else going on. So I thought, fuck it. Called them up. Left a message. They called me right back. Some like robotic sounding woman, giving me an address and a time to meet. Tried to ask more questions, but they hung up. So, I headed over to the old strip mall at the south end of town. In one of the units is an empty dance studio. Wall covered with mirrors, with only a table in the middle and a camera up in the corner. I go in, and there's this envelope on the table with my name on it. Inside was a letter, the script, and some cash. The letter was like, here is the script. Please perform it around downtown. Improvise your speech and attire as you feel appropriate. Expect more payment for more performances. Thank you for your time. A. Can't say I've played a role like this before. Figured, fuck it. I got nothing else going on. Did up this makeup and changed my voice so no one would recognize me. Didn't need this fucking up my gig at the store. And yeah, just kept doing it in my free time. Kept getting paid. Kept getting new scripts. I was into it. Kind of wacky. Definitely challenging. In a good way. I mean, definitely isolating. No one chit-chatting me like they do at the store. But yet, making way more than I did at the store in a fraction of the time. And for what? And for whom? Still haven't figured that out. Nonetheless, I feel like I have been on a frickin' spiritual journey or some shit. Like, I felt I had a pretty good handle on things before I started this role. Like, I was so steady, I was verging on stone, you know? But this role changed everything. This character is just so all over the map. The only thing steady about her is her unsteadiness. So unlike me. And yet, like today, I become her. Easily. Like I am her, you know? Turns out, all I needed was an audience. A little bit of attention. But not only that, like, the whole meta-ness of playing the character, you know? A paid lunatic. Just the concept of it. Before I found this role, I would have never dreamed of such a thing. I've been to the city a few times. There is always dirty loonies bumming around downtown. The thought never crossed my mind that they were playing a role of a lifetime. But maybe they were. Maybe we all are, you know? And we just don't see it that way. I mean, I'm getting cash for it. But does that really make it any different than any other role I play? How can you prove someone isn't getting paid to complain about being broke? So trippy, right? Sorry. Oh dear. I guess I've been doing this a while. I forgot how to actually interact with people when I'm not in character. Isn't that fucked? Honestly though, there's some shit going down in this town, and it seems like no one wants to acknowledge it. I'm glad you're into it. Makes me feel a little less crazy. Anyway, if you think that was fucked, I got more. Yeah? Okay. So, the other night, I'm doing my thing right across from the park. I am mid-performance, really getting into it. Started to lose my voice a bit, really selling it, getting into it, and then I notice there's no one. Street is absolutely deserted. Performing for no one. Literally, once I shut up and my echo vanished, you could hear a pin drop. It was eerie. Peaceful. Then, flash. This bright light in the trees in the park. Right out in front of me. I look around. Not a soul. If I wasn't in character, I probably would have ran home. The vibe was very, well, eerie. But I had like this weird confidence from being in character, you know? And I started wandering over to the light. Going through my lines. It was kind of like a mirage, I guess. Like it kept moving further into the woods the more I walked toward it. I kind of thought that I was getting wacky, you know? From my role. And like starting to actually see the shit I was ranting about. But then I finally caught up to it. In a clearing in the trees. It was so fucked. Like hard to describe. Again, I'm pretty sure I wasn't just high on my own supply at this point. But not, you know? But it was totally like a shimmering ship of some kind, with someone piloting it. They even waved at me to come closer. And I did. And I like walked through the outer wall of the ship and was like in it. But like not in it. It felt pretty unreal. Ineffable. But I couldn't deny how mesmerizing the undulations of the ship and pilot were. And the pilot was like connected to the ship with like light or something. Energy. Like it was visible, like flowing through them and into the ship and then back again, you know? Like the pilot and the ship were like the same thing or whatever. Same stuff. And the pilot never talked to me or touched me. In fact, the whole time, all I could hear were the insects in the park. I tried to touch the pilot and the ship, but my hands just kind of went through everything. Or it went through me. It was like a medium I could see, but couldn't feel. But could still feel, you know? But maybe only because I could see it, or whatever. Ugh, this is not a great explanation. I haven't told anyone this before, so it's kind of like fresh. But yeah, so great vibes all around. I didn't feel threatened or anything, but definitely felt like the pilot was trying to get my attention specifically and get me into the trees, you know? Like they very much acknowledged me and knew I was there watching them. But that's like as far as it went. Like they couldn't take it any further, and neither could I. And just as I had that feeling of like, where do we go from here? They kind of just dissolved all around me and were gone. And I was completely alone and like pitch frickin' dark in the woods. And I like didn't feel scared, you know? Like talking about it now, I am even kind of freaked out. But like in the moment, after they left, they kind of felt like they were still right there, you know? Like just out of sight. And like everything was all right. And yeah, I guess because of that feeling, I just stayed. I laid down on the ground, looked up at the stars, and just stayed. I guess I wanted them to come back. It really does sound crazy now that I'm talking about it. I mean, I've never camped in my life. But since that night, it just kind of felt right. I stopped going home. I stopped going to work. I even stopped picking up the cash. I know, right? I don't even know what's happening to me. I'm freaking living in the clearing in the park now. Sounds crazy just saying it, but it's true. And I still don't know who this A bitch is. Maybe this is just her robotic way of fucking with me. Social experiment or some shit. I mean, I had a pretty good handle on everything before the lights showed up. But now, I feel like there's more, you know? There's more to all this. More than what hits our eyes. I mean, even if the light is a trick, it's a pretty good trick. It got me going. Got me feeling something, even though I don't know exactly what it is. Made me think it's okay to just chill in the woods, you know? Am I just a prisoner of this earth? Of this reality? Do I have to be? Is there nothing I can do? Can I make a difference? Can the light help me make a difference? Is this all just a prison play? What is my life anyway? Except some script I run through every day, you know? Oh no. You probably think I really am fucking crazy, right? Well, at this point, your guess is as good as mine. I should stop. Thanks again for listening.
My mom always referred to me as a little man when I was young. My little man, she would say. I don't remember if I acted like a little man because she called me little man, or if I really was one. How much of my life was just me living up to Mom's script of me? Tough to say. Even with more, better memories. Mom was a nurse, so she was used to running scripts. Her main script was probably telling everyone she met, in so many words, that they were better than they currently were. And then most of them eventually ended up there. And again, tough to say how much her script was a factor in the patients successfully playing out their roles. Whatever the case was, I'm sure there was more than what meets our eyes. And I guess being a nurse, she was exposed to so many hardships every day. She would no doubt remind me that no matter how bad I think I got it, someone has it worse. And I should find that someone and lift them up and inspire them to do the same. She really was an amazing writer. And some of her best writing didn't even need words. I mean, she must have seen some horrible stuff in her time. Must have run into some horrible people. Some horrible scripts. But you'd never know it from meeting her. It's like she could take in all the ugly in the world and give it back beautifully. She ran our household. Not because she loved to run scripts, but because she loved us. And she wanted to work hard for us. And make the best for us. And make us the best us as a result. She was always making sure we were keeping up with our homework. Sitting there with us, ensuring that we understood, and not leaving until we did. Showing us how to write our own scripts, so we didn't need her help. And after she was done taking care of everyone, she would curl up in a quiet spot and read her romance novels. I always wondered what she was getting out of them. I guess making everyone's day all the time can get pretty unromantic. And when you have a spare moment, you just want someone else to do it to you. Not sure why it had to be through a novel. But again, there seems to be more to everything. I like to imagine sometimes what the scripts in her novels must have been like. What did they do that made her curl up away from everyone for hours on end? Maybe it was just a loony lad meeting a loony lady on a lonely park bench, trying to articulate the things that the sanest of minds struggle to explain. At the end of the day, maybe we're all just narrators in one epic romance